So let's review the major motivations of why people take action and make decisions about most things in their life. There's actually 10 of them, 10 basic motives for action. The first one is what we refer to as self-preservation, and I'll explain these in more detail. Number 2 is love. Number 3 is fear. 4 is sex. 5 is the desire for life after death. 6, freedom for your mind and your body. 7, anger. 8 is hate. 9 is recognition and self-expression. And number 10 is wealth. These are what we refer to as the 10 basic motives of life, which inspire all of our actions. They are the why behind everything that we do. So let me go into a little detail on each one. Self-preservation, which typically manifests itself as the desire for economic security. All right? Love is the most powerful motive known to mankind, and it's usually expressed by our labor or love of our work, the love of truth or in principles, and the love of another human being. Fear, number 3, which tends to be the number one enemy of success, which is nothing more than a state of mind. And we're going to be talking about that in the coming months. We're going to be talking a lot about that. We have a whole month we're going to be discussing fear and the different states of fear. But most fear revolves around experiencing poverty and poor health, rejection or criticism, losing love from friends and family, growing old, losing our liberty and freedom. And the big one for most people is the fear of death. Then we have number 4, which is sex. This is the physical expression and complement to love. 5, the desire for life after death. This is to perpetuate our life after we breathe our last breath. Every major religion and most people around the world, in some form or another, want to perpetuate their life after they die. They want to live on after that. The next major motive is freedom for mind and body. That's not allowing life to push us around, but to choose our own life in what we make of it. True freedom to be able to do what we want and live how we want to live. The next one is anger and hate, revenge and hate, to strike back, to get even, to allow unforgiveness to emotionally control us. This is very negative and a waste of mental energy. And if you've noticed, up to this point, these are all fairly positive. Well, this one's definitely not. Number 3, number 7, and number 8 are not negative, or they are negative, I should say, basic motives. So you have to remember, just because something's a basic motivation doesn't always mean it's positive and good for us. The next motive is recognition and self-expression. The desire for self-expression and recognition, to be honored in a public way, and has to do with the concept of giving. And then finally we come to number 10, which is wealth, which is about money. It's about material things and lands and real estate and investments. The motive of wealth usually has the greatest appeal for those in a business endeavor together. That's usually the biggest thing. You know, if we have a partnership together, obviously both of them are wanting to have some kind of end game that gives them some kind of a financial or some kind of a material advantage for that. So this week for our coaching assignment, I want you to think about the why behind all your decisions and actions, to look for the motives and rewards that you expect to gain from your work and your business and your relationships and your giving. That's a really interesting thing to really process, is to really analyze and really be introspective about, why do you give? What's the motive behind your giving? Is it really to get something back? Or is it truly in a spirit of complete I just want to give because that's just something I feel compelled to do. So everything else in your life revolves around one of these 10 motives.